Hello YouTubers, this is Blippity Blop. I'm here in Lord of the Rings Online to show you some of the chicken session quests. The notorious chicken session quests. Notorious because they are incredibly difficult. Well, they can be incredibly difficult. The one I shall be doing is not so difficult. And as long as you take particular precautions, it can be relatively easily done. Now, the thing to know about this quest, Flying the Coop, is that you will be turned into a level 1 chicken. And what this means is you are incredibly vulnerable. Essentially speaking, you can be one-shotted, or you almost certainly will be one-shotted. So with this in mind, it helps to take a number of precautions when undertaking this quest. The other thing that happens when you take these quests is that you won't be able to communicate with other players, so you are on your own. And you'll also notice there's a timer to the right, but fret not, you have more than ample time in order to achieve the objective of the quest. And for this particular one, we have to make our way to the lowlands, and I think it's, if I remember correctly, we have to meet Radagast. Radagast the Brown. Which is not too difficult, because what we're going to be doing is sticking mainly to the roads, and if you keep to the roads, it's a far safer route to use. Okay, let's just see. Yep. We'll continue down here and then head eastwards. Now you'll notice that the skill bar has these 4 unique skills that pertain to the chicken. The first one is a speed skill, which you're going to want to use quite often, as being a chicken, it takes a very long time to get from one place to the other. I say being a chicken because you can't use any mounts. You literally have to walk, or in this case run frantically, from one end of the quest to the other. The next skill you have is called Bob and Weave, which frankly doesn't work very well. The third one is pretty important, is the possum impersonation. Should you get unlucky enough to get into some form of aggro with a monster, you can hit that one, you'll probably be able to escape. Should point out there's a 2-minute cooldown there. The fourth skill is, I really don't see the use for it. It's called Paranoia, and it's designed to reveal stealthed enemies. Problem is, because they will kill you in one shot, once they reveal themselves, by the time you're able to use the skill, you're dead. So, not very useful, I'm afraid. Prior to this, I made my way to Avendium, and in Avendium there are areas where stealth enemies can appear. I say can, they almost certainly will. It's literally riddled with them in some of the areas, and there's absolutely no hope of being able to go anywhere near those areas. They will find you and they will kill you. Lowlands, at least the route we're going to be taking, which is along the main road, not likely to find any such enemies. As far as I know, there are none along that particular route. But either way, these chicken session quests can be full of surprises. And quite a nerve-wracking experience as well. But don't worry, never fear. We'll be able to get there within the next 20 or so minutes, and relatively intact. Interesting thing about these quests is that they are part of what leads to one of the most difficult to acquire titles in the game, Crossover of Roads. Very much coveted title. And one of the reasons why it's such an incredibly difficult title to get is that you have to do all the things that you needed to do in these Flying the Coop quests, but you also need to uncover these chicken stones, which are unmarked. You have to find them, and there are guides that tell you where they are. The problem is they're in some incredibly dangerous areas. You'll have to go to Angmar, you'll have to go to the Troll Shores, and you remember you're a level 1 chicken, you're on your own, it's almost suicide. There are ways to do so with other players, and one of the best ways to do this is with third-party software such as TeamSpeak and the like, in which you will be able to communicate with them. But of course the practicalities and logistics of such an endeavour are very difficult to carry out. You need to find somebody who will have several hours of spare time in order to be able to assist you. And of course, even if they help you and you're on your own, you can fudge it all up, and would thus have to do it all again. That's the thing about that particular quest, is that all the deeds within it, you have to carry them all out then and there. You can't do one and come back to it later. And if you get all of them done and you die, you have to do them all again. Bitterly cruel, but for some the title is all worth it. It's a badge of honour, I suppose. Thankfully this particular quest is considerably easier. Not to mention considerably quicker, though not necessarily quick. Okay, we have to be careful, because even though we're taking our route through the roads, enemies do have a tendency to go on the roads as well, as we can see with that black bear over there. Really don't want to get their attention. I do love the music in Bree. Very, very peaceful. Reminds me of the countryside. Hello. Probably didn't even notice a chicken running on the road. Okay, just need to remember to periodically check to see that the foul fleetness has recharged. Should point out that it's not to be used in every scenario, particularly in areas that are full of enemies, as more likely than not you're going to end up bumping into one of them, and that's a mistake you don't want to make. Goodness, the more I think about it, as I listen to this chicken babbling away, it sounds incredibly panicked, doesn't it? Like it's being forced onto this venture. Don't worry, we'll get there. There we have another bear on the road. Excuse me, sir. Curious bear. Hello. It's about as far as communication from a chicken goes in this game. At least in game. I mean, it's not as if I can maneuver my wings in semaphore fashion to convey whatever message I wanted to. That would be handy, actually. Albeit somewhat laboured, but it would be interesting to see. Almost at Brie. Well, we made it to the town of Brie. I think we'll hug the fortifications. Shave off as much distance as possible. Got to be very wary of enemies hiding. It's sometimes pretty difficult to see those red dots in the dark shaded areas of the mini-map. Should be fairly close to the skirmish camp now. I think. There's the scavenge cap. Hello. Bye-bye. Okay, the next milestone will be the Forsaken Inn. Apologies for the noise outside. I do live on a main road, so it does tend to happen. I think it's starting to get a bit darker in game. Got room for one more? Oh goodness. It is a long way. And we still have quite a distance to go. We should be at the Forsaken Inn soon. And thus we'll be entering the last map required for this quest. Okay, that's the Forsaken Inn up there. So we're entering the last map. over there is Unsul, otherwise known as Weathertop. But we're not going there today. Wouldn't recommend doing that on a chicken. We have to do some meandering a little bit further ahead on the road, as wargs and orcs have a tendency to loiter around the main road as well. Should be there within the next few minutes. It's very easy to get distracted, especially when something like this starts to get a bit tedious. But one mistake and it's all over. So it pays to be vigilant. I can hear footsteps. Oh, there's a lynx over there. Trying to get back on the road. there you go. Oh, I hope there's a pint at the end of all this. Radagast is probably a teetotaler. More than makes up for it with the mushrooms. There we go.
Greetings, friend of the wild.
That's flying the Coop. The Lowland's done. Well, we'll pick up the reward first. Don't expect the rewards of each individual quest of flying the Coop to be particularly special. When you complete all of them, however, you do get a nice cloak. And pick up the reward. And that's done.